Have you ever looked at what you've had and just thought, there is no way that this is enough? Not enough time, not enough energy, not enough patience. Today's miracle is exactly about that. What God does when what we have seems impossibly small. As I'm working on this craft, I want to share one of the most powerful miracles of Jesus Christ. It's not just about food, it's about trust, provision, and multiplication. Jesus had been teaching a huge crowd for days. In the book of Mark it says, "He called his disciples unto him, and said unto them, I have compassion on the multitude, because they have now been with me 3 days, and have nothing to eat. And if I send them away fasting, they will faint by the way." He saw their need before they even asked. So the disciples answered him, "Where could we get enough bread in this wilderness to fill such a great multitude?" Because from a human perspective, it did not make sense. There were 5,000 people, no food, no resources, no solution, and they were miles and miles away from the nearest village. But then, in the book of John, we see something small but powerful. There was a young lad, a boy, who had 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. I love this moment because it almost feels as if it's insignificant. Like that wouldn't even feed a few people, let alone thousands. And yet Jesus said, "Bring them to me." So they had the people sit down. Jesus took the loaves and gave thanks and break them. And somehow it just kept going and going and going until everyone had eaten, not just a bite, but as much as they wanted. It said they were filled. And when they gathered what was left over, there were 12 baskets full. More at the end than there were at the beginning. This miracle hits me so deeply as a mother, because if I'm honest, there are so many days where I feel like that little boy. Like I am showing up with 5 loaves and 2 fishes, and it's just not enough. Not enough patience for 5 kids, not enough energy to get them through the day, to get me through the day, not enough time to do everything that needs to be done. And I find myself thinking, how is this supposed to work? Honestly, this miracle feels really personal to me because there are so many days as a mother of 5 young kids where it just feels like there are more demands than I have energy for. There are days where I wake up already feeling tired and I'm thinking, how am I going to do this today? How am I going to get through everything that needs to be done? And I'm saying this honestly because I think a lot of moms get feeling this way, but we just don't always say it. I am so incredibly grateful for my children. They make me a better person, and they are such a blessing in my life. But that doesn't mean that it's not overwhelming sometimes. And in those moments, I've learned something really powerful. When I stop trying to do it all on my own, and I just give the Lord what I have, even if it feels small, even if it feels like my 5 loaves and 2 fishes, He steps in. And I have felt His help so many times. I have felt strength beyond my own, that which I did not have before, patience that didn't make sense in the moment, and peace during sometimes moments where it is completely chaotic. And somehow, what wasn't enough becomes enough. Not because I suddenly had more, but because he multiplied what I gave him. And to me, that is the miracle of the loaves and fishes in my life as a mother. So if you're in a season right now in life where you feel like you're not enough, like what you're bringing to the table couldn't possibly meet the need, this is your reminder. God specializes in multiplication. What feels small to you is not small in His hands. Your efforts matter. Your offering matters. Even your not enough matters. If you connected with this, I would love to hear. What's something in your life right now that feels like it's not enough? And if you're following along for the 12 days of Easter miracles, come back tomorrow for day 3. It's another good one. Remember, God doesn't ask for abundance. He creates it.